You're listening to Building a Creative Life. I'm Pam Vale, an artist and writer. This podcast is about the small, often overlooked ways creativity shows up in real life, in what we notice and in what we choose to respond to. Here you'll find conversations and reflections shaped by curiosity, not instruction. No expectations, nothing to master. Just room to pay attention and trust where that leads. Hello, creative friends. Sometimes opportunities fall in your lap from out of nowhere. Substack has been a wonderful conduit for serendipitous moments like this. Things I never expected or thought of. A site full of creatives sharing their passions, it makes sense that it would be bubbling with connection opportunities so far past the more surface collabs on other social media sites. These align with my true nature. A brief chat in the comments led to one such chance meeting. Separated by an ocean and yet not so different, Deb Stott is a photographer, mixed media artist, and writer, and now a creative connection of mine. I am excited to share a bit about a beautiful collaboration we have begun. Maybe this will inspire you to reach out to someone you resonate with. You never know where these connections will lead. The idea was that we would exchange snippets, scraps, and tiny fragments from our respective creative lives, send them across the sea, reflect on what we sent and received, and then share it with all of you. A sort of crafty pen pal relationship with a dose of community inspiration. Two artists, Deb Stott and me, joining together on a creative adventure. I had never done anything quite like this before, but I love a good swap, especially the giving portion. I adore sharing my surplus supplies. Through email, we created 14 themes to categorize our scrappy selections. We had a goal of hitting a minimum of 7, but preferably covering all 14 categories with something special. I find that having some kind of brief or structure can help foster a deeper sense of freedom and reduce overwhelm when it comes to creative experiences and expression. When the field is wide open, there isn't a starting point, and that can be paralyzing, especially for someone new to creative expression. These are the categories we decided on. See if you can think of little treasures to fit each of these categories. Number 1, something that represents your creative process. Number 2, something you almost threw away. Number 3, something soft. Number 4, something handmade or hand-drawn. Number 5, something written. Number 6, something that feels like beginning. Number 7, what we're currently noticing. Number 8, things that represent where we live. Number 9, things with interesting textures. Number 10, favorite colors or color palettes. Number 11, scraps or leftovers from projects. Number 12, tiny objects that feel meaningful. Number 13, something shiny. And number 14, something connected to a memory. Does something like this seem easier or more fun or more accessible because it has specific things to look for? Having a framework can help in all creative projects. Even something as simple as a limited color palette or specific theme can give you more freedom in your creative expression. We set a mailing date for our special packages, but the date came and went in the blur that is our busy schedules. Oh well. We were kind to ourselves and simply chose a new due date for the swap. No guilt, just acceptance of our realities and what life looks like right now. For me, that is a big takeaway from this process so far. There will never be a perfect time. I must prioritize and make time for the things that I want to do. I have to remember that I have control over my schedule and the ability to fit creative expression in between or even in place of other things if I choose to. See where you might be able to carve out a little creative time for yourself. Can you get up 15 minutes earlier or scroll a little less? Creativity doesn't need a lot of time, just intention. For this collaboration, I chose to collect items first and then apply my pieces to our themes after. It was kind of backwards, but it happened naturally, so I went with it, filling a small box with random items over a few weeks' time. I found things that had meaning and trusted they would fit in somewhere. And it worked. The exchange for me, like pretty much everything, is more about the giving than the getting. I have had the most wonderful time picking items and connecting them to the categories we created. There have been walks down memory lane, the physical pleasure of tactile experiences, and delight in thinking about Deb's touching things that I selected specifically for her. My box filled as the time for organizing it all drew closer. It wasn't all rosy, though. In full transparency, some negative chatter did come up for me along the way. Thoughts like, I won't do this right. I won't give her what she needs. I will be judged for what I selected. I won't send enough stuff. I will send too much stuff. I misunderstood the categories, and she won't like any of it. So why am I telling you this? Because it's totally normal and natural to doubt ourselves. Everyone does it in some way, literally everyone. I am very confident artistically, and I have a strong sense of who I am creatively, and yet I still hear these words inside my head. It's okay to feel the feelings or hear the words, and do it anyway. Don't dwell on it, and definitely don't let it stop you. I didn't. I just kept filling my box and trusted the process. Debs and I both find value in slowing down and seeing more. We share a passion in the art of noticing and find magic in the in-between. It is deeply ingrained in both of us personally and in the work we do. I chose to hold on to that thread that binds us. I will leave you with this. Even people deeply committed to and invested in living a creative life often must consciously make time for things they enjoy. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Connection and creative expression can be fluid and fit in among your life responsibilities. It is very important to me that you challenge the idea of what creativity is and expand on its definition. What if it looks different than you think? I believe that projects and collaborations like this open your eyes to the limitless possibilities and help you see what other people view as creative, maybe leading you to a more personal definition of creativity. The special packages will be on their way soon, and when we are ready and have received and processed everything, we will share the results and more information with all of you. Until next time. Thank you for being here. I hope something from today's conversation stays with you in a quiet way. If this episode felt meaningful, you're welcome to follow the podcast or pass it along to someone who might enjoy it. Until next time.